And so he's like, well, if she has a husband and a child, and I have a wife and children, then obviously nothing will come of this. You're an idiot. You're a fool. You're an idiot.
Pause. I'm Desanya Wet, artist, singist, gamist, and most evilest bimbo. And on this channel, I do something a little different. I draw and talk and play my most favorite video game, Minecraft, all at the same time. And if you really like what you see, make sure to hit that like and subscribe and press all those good buttons that'll make me happy. Thank you.
Hey, it's me again. If you don't know what time it is, then maybe you should start at the first episode because this is like the 10th episode in the series probably. I don't know. I don't count them. I have someone else count them for me. I just film them. In our previous episode, I was a little bit under the weather of a drink of an adult beverage, and guess what? It's still happening. This is the same night. I'm recording these on the same night, and I'm still the same guy I was last week. Sorry to ruin the movie magic for you, but this is the same night. Because I don't know if next week I'm gonna have the time or the energy. But I have some good news. My health is improving. I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but my health is improving, so I'm hoping to do more stuff, do more videos, do more streams. And I hope you join me along this process. I hope you join me as I do more videos and do more streams. I do commissions on my streams. I do sketch commissions. They're really good. They're pretty cheap considering the quality. So if you ever want a commission, just join my streams. I'm probably going to be doing commissions if I'm not playing games. Just have your wallet ready. I promise you, it's even if you don't do a commission, it's still a really fun time. I'm really funny. And you'll get to hear me unabridged. You'll get to hear me live. Anyway, this is Chicken Madness. We're back on the Chicken Madness grind. Last time we got this little blue guy, he's an ice chicken. Last time we got an ice chicken, and guess what the ice chicken does? He lays the ice block! He lays an ice block. And what does the ice block do? Well, the ice block, when you break it, it makes a water source block if you break it a certain way. So what we're gonna do in this episode is we're gonna figure out how to break the water source, the ice block, into such a way that it makes a water source block. And we're also gonna hatch more eggs because I don't like them in my inventory anymore. And until we start entity cramming, I think it's fine that we have more chicks in this pen. Eventually we'll separate them. For now, it's okay. For now, I think it's totally fine. I want to expand this platform a little bit because the closeness of the edge is concerning me. I'm worried I'm gonna fall off. So right now, I hear the laying happening. We're having eggs out the wazoo. That's good. We want eggs out the wazoo. And then this, okay, so this episode, maybe I have 2 goals. It depends on which one I do first, and then whatever one I don't do is the one I'm gonna do in the next episode, okay? Are you guys cool with that? If you're not, that's too bad. I'm gonna do it this way anyway. So the first goal is to get the next evolution of chicken, as always. Now we have 2 optional goals this episode. The first optional goal is gonna be to get a water source block. That will be our first optional goal. Our second optional goal is going to be to build a furnace so we can get charcoal. So depending on whichever one we do first is going to depend on which one I do this episode. And potentially it could be a situation where I do them both at the same time, and that would be super cool, actually. But for now, it's just one or the other while I figure out what I need to do. Last episode, I started this chicken platform before I realized that I needed iron. But I'm not gonna have iron for a while. Iron is very far down the line. So we're leaving the chickens in this chicken situation for a while. I want him to be inside. Go inside. Go inside. Die or go inside. Good. Okay. So that's the plan this episode. We'll figure it out, you know? I have this big platform. Everything's going greatly. Everything is going so fine. We're doing a good job. So basically all I need to do right now is wait for the chickens to grow up, is the long and the short of it. So while we wait for that to happen, I'm gonna chop down the trees and tend the farm. And we'll do that as a montage, I think. Okay, montage, go. Okay, the tree farm I think is pretty tended. It's done. So now I gotta do the farm. Am I hearing fire? I swear I'm hearing the fire. I heard the fire sound like twice. And I kept thinking, oh, there's no way there's a fire because like, I only have chickens. I don't have any fire stuff. But I'm like super paranoid. I don't know if these chickens can start a fire, if there's too many of them in the same place or something like that. I don't even know. I just kept hearing the crackling, the fire popping and crackling sound. Like when something's on fire. Maybe I have too much trauma from the last series where my stuff kept catching on fire. Oh, that's what that sound was. I was like, oh, that's an interesting sound that I'm hearing. The thing too. What if I stop placing this fence here? No, leave me alone. I just want the little ice guy to grow. Let me touch his hitbox. Let me touch the ice chicken hitbox! Move! Is he an adult? No, he's a baby. So hypothetically, I could just let this time lapse until the ice chickens grow up. Because either way, I'm gonna need ice blocks to conclude this episode. I think maybe that's the plan. Maybe I can tell you guys a story while we wait for the little ice chickens to grow up. Maybe that's the vibe. You guys want to know what I saw today? I saw an "Am I the asshole" post on Reddit, and it had been posted to TikTok as a screenshot. And it said, would you guys consider what I'm doing cheating on my wife? And basically he says, me and my wife, we're both in our 30s. It's a reasonable age gap relationship. It's not really even an age gap. He was like 30 and she was 33 or something like that. Very reasonable. So that wasn't a red flag instantly. But he said, so me and my wife have been married for like almost a decade. I have 2 beautiful children that I love with all my heart. I love my life. My life is perfect. I couldn't ask for a better life. I love my wife. My wife is perfect. I couldn't ask for a better wife. And already you're like, then what's the problem? Why are you on Am I the Asshole? What did you do? Why are you thinking that you're cheating if everything is perfect? You dumbass. You absolute fucking dillweed of a human. And this is the problem with men. They always think with their they're like, oh, my life is perfect. I love my wife. I have a great relationship. I have a great family. But my says, I need a different even though if I just closed my eyes, I probably could pretend. That's the problem with men, is their drives so many of their decisions, and it's not always good. Frankly, it's never good. If you're thinking with your stop it. You're being an idiot. You're being dumb. This is why women invented the computer or whatever. Anyway, this guy says, everything's perfect, and I go to the gym a few times a week. And the last time I was at the gym, my ex was there. And I said, oh, brother. Red flag of the year award to this guy, for sure. So he says, my ex was at the gym. She was my first love. We dated in high school, and ultimately we broke up, not because we didn't like each other or anything, but because we went different paths in life. We went to different colleges. Like, it just wasn't like happening for whatever reason. It wasn't anything either of us wanted. We both loved each other very much, and it was gut-wrenching. And I ended up both going to therapy and not seeing anyone else for a decade over this relationship. It was my first relationship. I was madly, deeply, truly in love with this girl, and it didn't work out, and it took me nearly a decade to get over her. With therapy. Okay, first of all, like, why did you not just go back and get back with her after you guys graduated college? Like, if it was really that much seriousness of a relationship, why even bother stringing anyone else along? You've already f***ed up. You already f***ed up in your past. Before you even married your wife, you f***ed it. So he says, by sheer chance, it's almost 20 years later, by sheer chance, she comes to my gym, and I notice her, and she notices me, and we chatted up. He says, I was trying to be respectful. Okay, he says, I was trying to get out of there as quick as possible. I didn't really want to talk to her. Like, I knew how I felt in my heart seeing her. I was obsessed. I was in love. I was brought back to that place that I was before we broke up. And I knew it would be disrespectful if I continued talking to her, so I tried to keep it brief. But then she said, well, she has a husband and a child of her own. And so he's like, well, if she has a husband and a child, and I have a wife and children, then obviously nothing will come of this. You're an idiot. You're a fool. You're an idiot. You're a stupid man. Among the stupidest of men. Having a child and having a spouse I mean, people with wives and children and husbands and grandchildren even, they will sleep with other people extramaritally every day of the week. That doesn't mean diddly f***ing squat, right? So he's like, oh, well, since she has a husband and children, I figured it would be fine if we kept in touch. And so they end up sharing their gym schedules, and they start going to the gym together all the time. And then it escalates to, well, she invited me out for dinner so we could talk instead of just working out together. So every Saturday they started going out to dinner together. Every Saturday. And he said when it got to this point, he didn't feel comfortable telling his wife, and she didn't feel comfortable telling his husband because they both knew their spouses would be uncomfortable with the arrangement. Gee fucking whiz, you think? Like, I just pausing the story here, because this is not even the end. Just pausing the story here, I'm like, I wonder how this guy would feel if his wife ran into her ex-boyfriend, who was the love of her life, who she still has feelings for, who took her a decade to get over with therapy. If she ran into him in the grocery store and they decided to share their grocery shopping schedules, and every time they were at the grocery store, they would be at the grocery store together talking and having fun and shopping for groceries. Nothing sexual, just talking and shooting the shit and hanging out, prearranged, and just shopping for groceries and occasionally hugging, right? I just wonder how he would feel if it were his wife in his shoes who hadn't told him, oh, by the way, I'm meeting up with my first love, strongest love, most intense love, ex, at the grocery store 3 times a week. And also, we're going out to dinner every single weekend. Just us. And we didn't tell you. So he goes on, he says, we haven't done anything sexual, we've never taken it that way. We don't like text or anything, we meet up and we talk. And we shoot the shit and we hang out and we have a good time. And I consider her my closest friend. I consider her the person that I can tell the most information to, who I can vent to, who I can bare my soul to. But we're not taking it any further than just being the people we confide in. Like, we feel this connection where we can confide in each other with people that we can't with our other friends or other people. It's a deeper, more intense connection, and we feel safer with each other. And I'm like, you have a whole wife. She has a whole husband. Like, I get that there are some things that maybe you don't want to tell your wife or your husband, but this is not it. This is not it. Having this person who you have this extremely deep connection to, this whole history with, I don't know. This just seems like idiocy at its maximum level. And he's like rationalizing. He's like, well, we haven't done anything sexual, so I don't think it's cheating. But Reddit, you tell me, do you think it's cheating because we both think our spouses would be uncomfortable with it if we told them? If your spouse, if you know for a fact that your spouse would be uncomfortable with something you're doing, why would you do it? Why would you do it for so long? Why would you not tell them in the beginning, be like, hey, I saw my ex at the gym. We decided we wanted to catch up. Nothing sexual. Not that I would believe that if I was the spouse. I'd be like, why do you guys want to hang out so bad? This is weird. You guys grew up. Like, this was your high school sweetheart. Grow up. Unless you peaked in high school, which is extremely lame. But this guy is like, it's delusional. It's delusional. I'm a delusional person. And I'm saying that his behavior is delusional. Delusional, recognize delusional, you know? God, and I just imagine, it's like, well, if you showed your wife this Reddit post, how would she react? There's your answer. Is it cheating? Technically, no. Is it something up that you shouldn't be doing and you know you shouldn't be doing? And you're even saying it in the thread, I shouldn't be doing this, but is it cheating? It's not cheating, no, but you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it. If you value your perfect life and your perfect wife and your perfect family and all this, that, and the other, switch gyms. Tell your girlfriend you can't go out to dinner no more unless everybody's involved, including her spouse and your spouse. Make it a group thing. But this is just like, it's a slippery slope. Like, first you're like, oh, well, we don't do anything except hug. And it's like, oh, we don't do anything except hold hands. I just walk her to her car and kiss her goodnight. You know, it's just like, men don't have the emotional capacity. Men don't have the social capacity to keep it in their pants. And eventually, I mean, if she works out, obviously she looks good. Otherwise, you would be going to the gym with your wife, right? I mean, it's just, it's so stupid and it's so dumb. And I just don't understand how he could spend the time to write this entire Reddit post where he actively, continually is like, yeah, I know it's bad, but is it bad? Of course it's bad and you're being stupid. I just can't. I can't with other people on this earth. I wish, I know we live in a simulation, but I wish they would dedicate way more RAM just to other people's critical thinking than they dedicate to stupid like a bug flying in my face when I'm trying to relax. Like, there's moths in my house. We have a moth infestation. It's the entire neighborhood has a moth infestation right now. It drives me crazy. I see a moth every 10 minutes. I don't know what to do. Chat, if you know what to do, please tell me. I've put cedar wood sachets everywhere. I've put mothballs. They smell like shit. I hate them. I don't want to put them too much because we have cats. But like, why would you dedicate so much of the simulation to rendering a moth harassing me in my bed when you could dedicate that RAM to simulating this guy not coming on Reddit and posting because he's obviously in the wrong? I don't know. It's a touchy subject for me because if your life is perfect, then why are you doing this that's gonna it up, you know? Anyway, let's see if the ice chickens have grown up. They've grown up. Let's see if I got an ice block. Let's see if I got an ice block. No ice yet. Okay, no ice yet. So we can do neither the main goal nor the secondary goal. And I only have 5 cobblestones, so we can't even do the other secondary goal. We can do none of the goals. We can't do any of them. But I did get a chicken that I can roast at some point, so I won't be hungry anymore. Well, I'm not even hungry now, okay? I could call vanilla chicken, but I don't want to because I'm scared. I'm scared that there's gonna be a creeper that spawns eventually, and it's gonna blow up everything that I worked so hard for. So I'm gonna leave all the vanilla chicken. They can live for today. Do I wanna? I don't know if I want. I don't think I have that level of commitment in my spirit right now. I'll do that. Guys, I need you to tell me honestly. If your life truly was perfect, would you really be seeking something extramaritally? Friendship-wise even. Like, I get having friends. I'm not against people having friends, but I don't know. Would you be doing what that guy did? Would you be doing what he did? Chat, if you would do that, unsubscribe right now. I don't even want you in my space. If you would do that, knowing that it would upset your wife and her husband, you gotta understand, if you know it would upset the other spouses who were in the dark about it, then something's wrong. Something is very extremely wrong. You can have a friend for sure. And there's nothing wrong with having friends. The problem is when you are lying to your spouse about it. That's what I think. Because he said, I know my wife would be mad if she found out. Then why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Stop it. Maybe I just have too much trauma. Maybe I'm just traumatized. Ooh, we got another cobblestone block. We got 6 cobblestone blocks. We're almost to the other goal. I don't know how to do ice. I'm gonna see if I can figure out if I can these guys. Is it the ice chickens? Okay. So now we have more ice chickens. I just saw another cobblestone. Okay. Oh my god. First goal done. We have a furnace. I don't have to figure out how to do an ice block, how to break an ice block for a water source block until the next episode. Now that's so good. I'm so grateful because I didn't want to figure that shit right now. Oh my god, I didn't want to do it. I don't want to put that. Oh, I don't have to. I just need an ice block. Okay, so now I have to wait for these guys to lay us an ice block. I need to look at TikTok while I wait for the ice block to occur. I see an ice block. It's directly in front of me. Oh my god. I need one more. Ice block, please! I need another ice block, please! Pixel, don't look at me like that. It's for the bit. Don't look at me like that. Please give me an ice block, please. Please, I want it. Give me the ice block, please. I'm ready. I can handle it. If you give me another ice block right now. I'm hearing a lot of laying, but I'm not seeing a lot of laying of ice blocks. Oh, I have an idea. While I'm waiting for the chickens to lay an ice block, I can get the charcoal started. I can start the charcoal. Charcoal start. I can't believe that there's a quote-unquote male loneliness epidemic, and there are still men who are out here doing this guy. I'm not over it yet. It boggles the mind. And when he winds up with neither of them, he's gonna be like, oh, what happened? I know I preach a lot about there not being nobody who's wrong and nobody's who's right, and there being shades of gray to every situation, and that, you know, we should come at every problem as if, you know, there's no, like, not every problem, but like a lot of problems, like, you know, I mean, shades of gray. But sometimes when it comes to there being a man in the situation, and maybe this is just because I'm a misandrist, but maybe because if there's a man in the situation, I just presume that he's wrong every time. Even Einstein, you know, Einstein's wife was the one who wrote most of his theories. He didn't even graduate college. I mean, that's what I heard from a TikTok. I don't know if it's true, but it sounds correct enough for me to believe it. His wife had multiple degrees, and he didn't even graduate college. And we were supposed to believe he wrote all this stuff about space and time and gravity. Okay. The man who couldn't brush his hair or keep his tongue in his mouth for a photo. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. You know, the day that I started to become a misandrist, the first time that misandry entered my mind and I stopped seeing all people as equal, regardless of gender, was when I found out that Mahatma Gandhi, the guy who's revered as like the father of peace or whatever, when I found out that he would like test himself by sleeping with little girls in his bed and being like, if he could resist abusing them in a certain way, that it was him practicing his religion or whatever. When I found that out, my whole worldview changed. I was like, you know what? Maybe there's something wrong with just men on a fundamental level when we're worshiping this guy who's a self-professed pedophile just because, you know, he said don't slap other people in the face unless you've got a good reason or whatever the he said. Who even knows? I intentionally forgot it because I lost all respect for him as a human when I found that out. And that was the very first time I was like, maybe men and women are different, fundamentally. I'm not a TERF though. I very much think that trans people have the brain of the gender that they're transitioning to. Maybe it's because of the society we've been evolved in, but I do think fundamentally there's a difference between men and women. Yeah, women cheat, obviously, but like, it can't be comparable. It can't be comparable because women are cheating for reasons like stability and success, and men are cheating for like reasons like, oh, well, she was there and my was hard. You know, like, women aren't out here cheating just because they're Women are cheating for very valuable and sensible reasons, whereas men are cheating just because their dick is hard. And, you know, as a woman, I personally have never cheated on anyone. As a beautiful woman who has dated a lot of very unfortunate looking guys, I have had ample opportunities to cheat. And not only was I dating unfortunate looking guys, I was dating unfortunate acting guys. Like, these guys were treating me very poorly. I was not having my needs met in the slightest. And I was presented with opportunities to betray that trust, and I never did. And you'll never guess what happened. You will never guess. You'll never guess. If you're a woman, you will probably guess. But these very unfortunate looking guys who were barely putting a modicum of effort into their relationship with me, they all somehow found out ways to have extracurricular situations. Every time. I'm a 10 out of 10. I was dating 4s because I thought in my head I was a 4, which in itself is an issue. I'm a 10. I'm a California 8, all right? A California 8. Everywhere else I'm a 10. And I was dating guys who wouldn't even be a 1 in California, okay? And they still somehow managed to step out on me, right? After they were giving me nothing. There was one, okay, so like, my first remote job, I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with my, at the time, very ugly alcoholic boyfriend who I did everything for, who I put myself through hell to support. I got a remote job. This was many years ago. So I was working from home. And my remote job did not require that I was on the phone or anything. My remote job was simply analyzing spreadsheets for 8 hours a day, right? So, you know how people typically like talk to other people? Yeah. So we would be in the same room all day. And because of how little we spoke to each other, I forgot how to speak. It would be weeks that we would only say maybe one word to each other a day. And I legitimately forgot how to speak. This was way before any kind of lockdowns happened. I just got lucky and got a remote job, which was awesome. But I forgot how to speak because of how little he and I spoke to each other. And it was not for lack of trying. I tried very hard to initiate conversations with this 4 out of 10 man, and he would shut me down. And I, being very young and very naive and coming from a very sad background, a very depressing background, thought that maybe this was just how it was. Maybe I didn't deserve better than this. And so I just dealt with it for 3 years, cleaning up his puke out of the carpet on at least a 3 times a week or every 3 days basis. And he would say, oh, it's allergies. I'm allergic to mahogany dust. And then he would sit there and drink half of a fifth of whiskey. I'm like, okay, yeah, mahogany dust, sure. I'll go with that. I love and support you, even though you treat me like shit and you're extremely dumb. This man, I was doing so much charity work being with him. It's very embarrassing looking back on it now. Ladies, listen up. The reason why these ugly, stupid, alcoholic, and depressed men want younger women is because they do not know the signs. They do not know the red flags. I know the red flags. Oh God, what was I even saying? I got worked up. He sucked. I was too hot to have to deal with that. And I have 2 ice blocks. And I have 2 ice blocks, which means we can end the episode. And I can't believe I tolerated such a thing to begin with. Now this guy, he's lime green. Is he an emerald chicken? Oh my God, he might be emerald. He might be an emerald chicken. He might be an emerald chicken. He looks like an emerald chicken to me, guys. What do you think this is an emerald chicken? It looks like an emerald chicken. Anyway, for the next episode, we're gonna figure out what that guy is, and we're gonna do the ice block challenge. We're gonna figure out how to make the ice block into a water block. And if I got the wrong ice block for the challenge, I'm gonna throw myself off the nearest cliff. That one right there, probably. That one right there. Anyway, if you like what you saw, subscribe. If this is your first video you ever did see of my channel, then maybe go back and watch the other ones. They're even better than this. And then also subscribe. And like the video. And comment and tell me what you think. Tell me that you liked it. Tell me that you hated it. Tell me that you think my ex is actually really hot and he's just your type and you would love to be treated like an animal by an alcoholic. And then if you want to subscribe. Also turn on the notification bell because I'm gonna start streaming more. I'm gonna stream me drawing art. I'm gonna be streaming me drawing your requests, and have your wallet ready because I'm gonna be doing commissions live on stream, and it's only gonna be 30 minutes of commission. It's really fast. I'm really a fast artist. I'm one of the fastest artists known to man. You can put me in the Guinness Book of World Records. I can do art really fast. So come join my stream. Get a really fast commission. They're really good. They're worth a lot more than I charge for them. And subscribe. Okay, bye!